I feel like dad's played father to Mohanlal sir.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
See, I think he's like a cardboard cutout, right? Like how they say, these are the ingredients we need in a character that should look like this, that should be like this, that should like just like fit the thing. He fits it all.
But the only thing I'm insecure about is hair. Okay, and
You have a good head of hair.
this is a fixed head of hair. So first, Lucky Bhaskar. Before I start, Macha, you're the retro king of India. How are you always in a period? Why do all period cinemas come to you first?
I've actually begun to now fear directors thinking that if you don't bring something period to DQ, like he might not say yes. So it's like, is it period? Let's take it to him. I feel like how much I fight these things. Like I was trying to fight love stories. I try to fight retro period films. But eventually, if there is something really authentic and beautiful in that story, I can't be like, I don't want to do this because
it's period.
Because it's period, or because it's a love story. End of the day, we're here to tell great stories, right? And that's what I love most about cinema. Like I want to tell the most beautiful stories. So if I'm meant to be period for most of my career, and if I have to have some filmography with the record of most number of period films, so be it.
I think you already do. Just say it.
I think already I do. Yeah.
So what do you think? Have you've seen him in other period stuff? Doesn't he
have.
look like he walks out of a period? His hair, the way he looks, it's just perfect.
He's like
You should be saying this. You should be saying this.
I think
As
both
to
of
why I'm
you-
looking like this is also partly because of him.
No, but honestly, I think he's like a cardboard cutout, right? Like how they say, these are the ingredients we need in a character that should look like this, that should be like this, that should like just like fit the thing. He fits it all. And I think I now understand, like working with him on this film and like seeing footage and whatever the scenes we do together, I feel like it's just so easy for him to glide into any character that it is. And I think he's blessed to just be able to fit into that retro vibe, because it's not everybody's cup of tea. I've also understood that. Not everybody can suit into that. And he's just blessed with that modern space, he's blessed with that retro space, and I think very few have that, and I think he's one of those.
So usually in life, I'm like the most secure human being. But the only thing I'm insecure about is hair. Okay, and
You have a good head of hair.
this is a fixed head of hair.
I love the honesty.
But when I see him, like usually when like women take a long time to get hair, like I saw him getting his hair done once, I was like, Macha, how do you have so much hair? And you're older than I am in some strange way.
I am, yeah.
Huh?
It's
But
just a Malayali thing. Is it like
it's a
in
Malayali
Kerala
thing?
you have like, I don't know, I've seen all the people who are from Kerala have amazing hair.
It's in the coconuts, Macha.
I
Possibly.
think it's just that, right?
Possibly the oil.
You played dad before? Was
Yeah,
it-
I have. Yeah.
And this is your oldest kid in that sense?
No, I've had older kids.
You had older kids?
Yeah.
Wow.
Clearly, this is your first time
This is
playing
my
mom.
first, yeah,
First
yeah.
time playing mom. So, I had a very funny thing because Adusesh was my son first in
Oh,
Bahubali.
yeah.
So straight. It was like, that's what I got there first.
But historically, they've all done that. Like, I feel like dad's played father to Mohanlal sir.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I feel like that generation of actors came from a school of almost like theatre, right? You play all kinds of roles. You can play a woman, you can play a 70, 80-year-old man, you can play a teenager, you can play anything. And that's the challenge.
Yeah.
See, like Venki is somebody in Telugu we know for extreme detailing of characters.
Right.
Like, this is like, I'll sound like a cliche Telugu guy, but usually in Telugu there's a largeness to commercial cinema.
Sure.
And that's the beat of cinema that is mostly accepted. But there's a handful of filmmakers that make a commercial film also have art house sensibilities where detailing of characters is perfect. You see production design in the film, it's
Yeah.
perfect. You don't see anything that's off character. And Venki is one such. And earlier you spoke about the production design of the film and how much of detail it was. So what are the finicky things of Venki and how does he start?
I think this I relate to completely.
Okay.
I've always felt you can tell very believable, real, logic-based stories and believable characters, which it's almost like considered art house in a lot of mainstream cinema.
Yeah.
When you go into that level of detailing of real life, or portrayal of real life. But at the same time, I feel like you can make that commercial. You can tell it not a larger than life way, but you can mount it in a certain way where there is scale, there's entertainment, there's. I'm saying extraordinary things can happen to ordinary people.
Yes.
And I feel this film is so much of that, so much of extraordinary things happening to this one common man, ordinary man and his family, right?
Yeah.
Ordinary people in that sense. But I think the genius of Venki, I'm glad he's not here, so I can praise him, is that he seems to get the pulse of the people in this film, and there's a whole variety of characters, there's a whole spectrum of characters, and it's not like everybody speaks Venki's voice. It's not that everybody speaks his language. There is enough detailing where each person seems their own. If somebody is of authority, then they are of authority. If somebody is of a somebody who's failed his 10th grade, and he will obviously speak that kind of a language. And I love that Venki is able to write those. There'll be days that I'm fighting with him about some random thing, and then he'll give me the scene, I'll read it, and I'll be like, oh, I can't fight with you because
the scene is so good.
You can still write this. Like, I mean, your views on life or something I might argue with or debate with you on, but like when you give me a scene, I feel like it is so organic and it's so real. In fact, the biggest fights I've had with Venki on the film is post-shoot is an edit, because he obviously has a time limitation and a runtime limitation in his head.
Right.
And I'm like, how can you take the scene away? It's so beautiful, it's so real, it's so organic, and you know, like, isn't it hurting you to like trim this and sort of lose the essence of it or something? And he's like, no sir, I have a larger story to tell, and I can't really pick and choose. So I want everything to be there, but like this is the best
This
way
is how
to
you get
it. But it's been such a long time since I fought with the director to lengthen a film. I'm always fighting to reduce.
Yeah.
Like, this is almost 3 hours, bring it down, cut 10 minutes, cut 15 minutes. And that is, I think, as producers, we have
you have that sense
in our
of-
head. Right?